I'm Lara. We'll be doing a Vinyasa flow class today. So for today's class, go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. You can sit with your legs crossed, you can sit on top of your shins, just getting into this grounded state. Rest your hands gently to the tops of the thighs or let your palms fold onto each other. And with your tall spine, find that energy through the crown of the head and gently open, a gentle openness through the heart space. Shoulders relaxed, and feel free to let your eyes relax closed or softly take your gaze down towards the earth. And take the first few moments just grounding through the body. Feel the connection of your sitting bones and legs as they touch down onto the earth. And as you find that rooted connection, find the energy that draws up through the spine, opens across your heart space, continues all the way up through the crown of the head. And become aware of your breath. And we'll take a few rounds of deep breaths here, taking a full breath in through the nose. And through the mouth, let it go. And again, full breath in through the nose. Inside out through the mouth, let it go. And one more full breath in. Inside out through the mouth, let it go. On your next breath in through the nose, pause at the top of your breath and keep your lips sealed. Breathe out through the nose as well. And just start to generate your breath in through the nose and out through the nose into your Ujjayi breath. Slightly audible breath, with the breath traveling in and out at the back of the throat, in and out through the nose. And if you'd like to call in an intention for your practice, go ahead and take a moment to set one. And gently opening up the eyes. And from here, just take the bottoms of the feet together. Bottoms of the feet touch, knees open out to the sides. You can use your elbows to help press the knees open. Take an inhale with a tall spine, and as you exhale, you'll gently fold your chest forward. So your elbows cannot press the knees open here. If you're more flexible, maybe you can take your forearms onto the ground or reach your arms forward even more. Find this stretching into the inner groin, also stretching into the back. Try to keep the shoulders rested down away from the ears and stay with your full Ujjayi breaths in and out through the nose. And start to use your hands to walk yourself all the way back up to seated. Use your hands to fold your knees up and just sweep your legs towards the back of our space. And come into your tabletop position, facing forward, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll get moving with the breath into some rounds of cat and cow. So with your inhale, belly drops, heart forward, cow pose. Exhale, rounding up through the spine into your cat pose. And just move with the breath. Inhale, opening through the heart. And rounding up through the spine. And a couple more rounds, moving with your breath. And coming back to neutral. Grounding into the palms, step your legs back into your plank position. Shoulders over the wrists, heels drawing back. And start to float your right foot off of your mat. Try to keep your hips balanced, just reaching back through the heel. Set your right foot back down. Shift your shoulders forward and lower down halfway, chaturanga. Press it back up. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, set it back down. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Press it back up on your inhale. Exhale and stay. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, set it back down. Shift forward, inhale. Lower chaturanga. Press it back up. Stay for the exhale. One more on the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Set it back down. Shift the shoulders slightly forward. Lower down halfway. Pause. Press it back up. This round, lift the hips up and back to your downward dog. It's warming up the shoulders. And walk your feet all the way forward up to your hands, coming up to your forward fold at the top. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold it back down. And have your feet about hip distance apart. Bend into your knees gently. Walk your fingertips underneath the shoulders. And then start to straighten just your right leg and sweep your right arm up to the sky. So your chest is twisting open towards the right. Shoulders are stacked. Deep bend into your left knee. And your right leg is pressing straight. Wrap your right arm behind your back, finding a half bind and extending forward through the heart, through the crown of the head. And steady breaths. Reach your right arm all the way forward alongside the ear. Come back to your forward fold, high on your fingertips. Bend into both of your knees. Pull your heart forward and straighten your left leg. Sweep your left arm up to the sky, twisting open your chest towards the left side. And then wrap your left arm gently behind the back. Extending through the heart. Keep that deep bend into your right knee. Opening up the back side of your left leg. Reach your left arm up towards the sky, sweep it forward, bend into both knees. And then keep your knees bent, lift up through the arms, through the chest, through the fingertips. Exhale, sitting back down low, reach the fingertips down to the ground, to the outsides of the feet. Inhale, lift the arms and chest back up. One more time, sweeping the fingertips down. Inhale and lift. And pressing your feet, rise all the way up to stand, touch your palms. Exhale, hands to the heart. And straight back into your chair pose, bending your knees, sweep your arms up, sit back. Exhale, fold forward and let it go. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold, step it back to plank position. Inhale, shift forward and slowly lower all the way to the belly with control. Lowering down in one piece, toes point back. Rise to cobra to start. Pressing into the tops of the feet, lifting up through the heart space. Exhale, release back down. Tuck your toes, engage your core, press to plank with or without your knees. And exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank position. Keep your feet hip distance apart or slightly wider. Come to the outside edge of your left foot and the inner edge of your right foot. Stacking your feet, your heels over towards the left into your side plank, Vashisthasana. Good, float your right leg up and then set it back down. We're gonna come back to plank position, shoulders over the wrists, lower down chaturanga and press it back up. Roll the heels to the right, sweep your left arm up towards the sky. Pause here, strong through the core. Lift your left leg up and set it back down. Come back through center. Lower down chaturanga, press it back up. And then heels to the left, sweep your right arm up to the sky. And again, with the breath, with control, float your right leg up. Set it back down. Hands to the earth. Lower chaturanga and press it back up. Heels to the right, sweep your left arm up. Pause. Steadiness, finding your breath. Float your left leg up. Set it back down. Come back through center, palms pressed down. Lower chaturanga. Press it back up. Lift your hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Relax your head and neck. Take a full breath in. And through the mouth, let it go. Walk, step, or float your feet up to your hands. Rise up halfway with an inhale. Exhale, deep fold back down. And then rise all the way up to standing. Sweep the arms up. Touch your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart space. Surya A, moving with the breath. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale and fold it forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale, step it back to plank or float it back, chaturanga. Toes point back, rise to cobra or upward dog. And exhale, lift the hips up and back to your downward dog. And breathe in downward dog. Keep spreading through the fingers wide and pressing the hips up and back. And walk, step, or float the feet up to the hands. Rise up halfway with an inhale. Exhale, deep fold back down. Inhale, rise to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Rise up halfway. And exhale, step it back or float it back. Lowering with control. Inhale to lift up to your back bend. And exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. And steady full breaths in and out. And walk, step, or float the feet up to your hands. Rise up halfway. Exhale, deep fold back down, all the way to stand. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart space. One more round, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale, step it back or float it back. Inhale to press away from the earth into your back bend. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back into your downward dog. Inhale your right leg up and back and stack your hip and open and bend your knee. And shift your shoulders forward over your wrist, keeping your knee bent and open towards the side. And you can stay here. You can set your foot down or come into wild thing. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Drop the right toes back behind you. Lift the hips, lift the heart, opening up through the chest. And slowly make your way back to your three-legged downward dog. Ground your palms, reach your right heel all the way back. And then with control, knee to chest and step your foot all the way through between your palms. Lower the left knee down. Point your left toes back, lift up through the arms, through the chest, through the fingertips, into your low crescent, Anjaneyasana. Steady full breaths, opening up into the front of your hip. One more inhale, maybe you can touch your palms overhead, gazing up, and then bring your fingertips down on the inside of your right foot. Wiggle your right foot out to the right a bit. And you're gonna walk your fingertips a bit more forward, press into your fingertips and shift your hips back. You're not going to move very much, but just that little bit of resistance to get into the hips a little bit deeper. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee up. Squeeze your right knee in towards your right shoulder, and then squeeze your right heel up towards your bottom. Pause here. And then from here, step your right foot back lightly. You can keep your toes lifted or set them down as you move through your vinyasa. Or straight back into your downward dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. And stack your hip open and bend the knee. And steady breaths here. And shift your shoulders over your wrists into plank with your knee open out to the side and lift it up. And again, you can stay right here. You can step your foot back to plank or into your wild thing. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Set the left toes down, lift the hips, and reach your left arm alongside the ear towards the front of our space. Make your way back to your three-legged downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back, flexing through the foot. Knee to chest, step your foot all the way through between your palms and lower your right knee down to the mat. Lifting up through the arms, through the chest, low crescent, Anjaneyasana. And feel the openness through the front side of the body, soften through the shoulders. Take one more inhale, maybe touch your palms and gaze up. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down on the inside of the foot. Move your left foot out towards the left. Walk your fingertips forward and press into the fingertips and feel the hips gently pressing back. And you'll just feel this isolation of the stretch into the left groin, into the outer hip. Steady breaths. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee up. And then squeeze your left knee towards your left shoulder. Squeeze your left heel up towards your bottom. Find this float, pressing the earth away. Lightly step it back. You can keep your left leg lifted or set it down. Vinyasa or downward dog. Moving through with the breath. And walk, step or float the feet all the way up to your hands. Coming back up to your forward fold. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down. And rise all the way up to standing. Sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, bring your hands down to the heart space. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Feet together or hip distance apart, bend your knees. Sweep the arms up and sit down low. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold forward. Rise up halfway. And then exhale, step it back or float it back, moving through your vinyasa or straight back into your downward dog. Inhale your right leg up and back and stack your hip open and bend your knee. And then swing your right knee out towards the right, like you're drawing this big half circle. Knee out towards the right, shift your shoulders forward and glue your right knee to your right shoulder or tricep. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slide your right knee down towards your wrist. Exhale, bring it back up towards the shoulder. 2 more times. Knee slides down, bring it back up. 1 more time, knee slides down. Bring it back up. Take your right leg, stretch it all the way up and back. And then knee to chest, step your foot all the way through between your palms. Spin your back heel down. We're going to rise up, open up to warrior 2. Chest opens up towards the left side. Straighten your right knee, reach your arms up and overhead. Reset your feet, heels and toes out. Into your goddess squat, bend into your knees, hands to the heart. Straighten your legs, reach the arms back up. Warrior 2 towards the back, so reset your feet. Left toes point towards the back, right foot spins in. Reach it back to reverse warrior. Left arm reaches alongside the ear. Circle it all the way down to frame your left foot. So now you're facing towards the back of our space. Step it back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, rise to your back bend. Lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Stack your hip open and bend your knee on this side. This time, knee to chest, knee to nose. Step it all the way through. Spin your back heel down. We're going to rise up, open up to warrior two. Straighten your right knee, reach your arms up. Turn your heels in, toes out towards the side, into your squat. Press your legs straight, reach the arms up. Reset to warrior two, facing towards the front again. Then flip your left palm open, reach it back to reverse warrior. And this time we'll pause in side ankle pose. Set your forearm to the top of the thigh, reach your right arm up to the sky. And if you want to take this deeper, you can take your fingertips down on the inside of the foot. And then make this an extended side angle. Take your right arm, stretch it alongside the ear. Feel your chest wrapping open. Maybe you can gaze underneath your right shoulder. Wrap your right arm behind your back, going for this half bind. Keep the shoulders rested away from the ears. And find your breath. Reach your right arm straight back up towards the sky, and use these right fingertips to pull you all the way up and back to reverse warrior, keeping your legs nice and steady and strong. Circle your hands all the way down to your mat, plant your palms down. Step it back to plank. Lower slow chaturanga. Toes point back, rise to your back bend, and exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Inhale, extend the right leg up and back, stack your hip open and bend your knee. And then shift your left knee out towards the side like you're drawing that big half circle. Left knee to the left shoulder, tricep, shoulders over the wrist. Take an inhale. Exhale, slide the knee down towards the wrist. Bring it back up. And again, inhale, lowering the knee down. Exhale, bring it back up. And one more time, knee down. Bring it back up. Take your left leg, extend it all the way up and back. Step it through between your palms. Now spin your right heel down. Rise up, open up to your warrior two. And straighten your left knee, reach your arms up and overhead. Rotate your heels and toes out towards the right side into your goddess squat. Hands to the heart. Bend into your knees. Reach your arms back up towards the sky as you straighten the legs. Warrior two towards the back. Reset your feet. Arms float out. Flip your right palm up. Reach it back to reverse warrior. And circle your hands all the way down to your mat. Plant your palms down. Step it back to plank. Lower slow chaturanga. Toes point back, rising up. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale the left leg up and back. Stack your hip open and bend your knee. Knee to chest, step it all the way through between your palms. Spin your right heel down. Rise up, open up to your warrior two. Straighten your left knee, reach your arms up. Rotating towards the side of our mat, heels and toes out into your goddess squat. And press your legs straight, reach your arms back up. Warrior two, facing back towards the front of our space. Flip your right palm open, reach it back to reverse warrior. And then into your side angle. Start with your forearm on top of the thigh, reaching your left arm up. So feel the openness through the chest. Maybe take your right fingertips down to the ground or use a prop. And turn this to an extended side angle, taking your left arm, sweeping it forward alongside the air with the palm facing down, rotating the chest open, maybe rotating the gaze up towards the sky. Left arm wraps behind your back. And steady full breaths in and out, leaning open into this space. Deep breaths, keep your right knee stacked over the heel, keep your back foot anchored, full breaths in and out. Find some ease in the shoulders, resting away from the ears. And take your left arm back up towards the sky. Feel like someone's pulling you up through your left fingertips. Reach it back to reverse warrior with an inhale breath. And then exhale, take your hands all the way down to your mat. Plant the palms, step it back to plank. Lower slow chaturanga. Toes point back, rise to your back bend, open through the heart. And exhale, lift your hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Take a full breath in through the nose, and sigh it out through the mouth, let it go. Right leg up and back, stack your hip open and bend your knee. Knee into the chest and step it all the way through between your palms. We're gonna rise up to high crescent facing forward, your back heel stays lifted. And then as you exhale, start to open up to your warrior two. Flip your right palm open, inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior. And then exhale, circle your hands down. Plant your left hand underneath the shoulder and let your left heel lift up. reach your right arm up towards the sky, twisting open towards the right. So you can always stay here or take some version of side plank. You can step your right foot in front of the hips like a little kickstand. You can stack the feet, you can stagger the feet. If you want a little bit of extra challenge, you can make a tree shape in your side plank. And you can stay in your version of your side plank or lift your right foot, bend your knees, step the hips behind you, making your way into your back bend. Slowly come back down to plank with control, hands down, feet down, and just press the earth away. Take a moment without rushing to get out of the shape. Core is strong, legs are pressing straight. Take one more inhale breath. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Take another full breath in. Inside out through the mouth, let it go. Inhale your left leg up and back, and stack your hip open and bend your knee. Extend your legs straight and step it all the way through between your palms. Set up your feet about hip distance. Rise up to high crescent facing forward. Spin your back heel down, open it up to your warrior two. Inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior. And then exhale, take your hands back down. Right hand underneath the shoulder, right heel lifts up. Sweep your left arm up towards the sky. So again, here we're finding this twist. And take it to your version of side plank. You can use the left foot like a kickstand. You can come to your tree version. Maybe you just float your left leg up. And steady breaths wherever you are. And from here you might float your left foot, bend your knee, step the foot behind you, lift the hips, lift the heart, wild thing. Make your way nice and steady back to your plank position. Again, just pressing the earth away. Steady full breaths in and full breaths out. And take one more inhale breath. Exhale, shift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Take a full breath in. Through the mouth, let it go. Lower your knees down and shift your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose, let your body rest. And gently deepen your breath. And start to make your way back to your downward dog, rising up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up and back. Take your right leg up and back on an inhale. Now as you exhale, step your foot all the way through between your palms. And gently lower your left knee down. Keep your left palm grounded. Reach your right arm up to the sky. So we're in this nice open twist. You can take a half bind, opening up through the shoulder, or maybe you can bend your left knee and reach back for the top of the foot. Stay lifted out of your left wrist and left shoulder. Encourage that openness across the chest. And steady full breaths in and out. And if you have the foot in the hand, gently let it go. We're going to take our right hand back on the inside of your right foot. Lift your left knee up. Walk your hands, pivot your feet over towards the left side of your mat. Rise up halfway with a flat spine. Make your feet parallel. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips and fold in. Relax your head and neck down. You can take your hands around the ankles. You can plant your palms. You can reach your fingertips in the direction that you're looking. And if you have an inversion practice, maybe you come up towards a tripod headstand and steady breaths. We'll make our way back down if you're in that inversion. Fingertips underneath the shoulders, lift the chest up. Rotate your heels and toes out. Skandasana towards the back, bending into your left knee. Inhale, coming up through center, bend into your right knee. Inhale, come up through center, bend into your left knee. And then walk your hands along the edge of the mat, point your toes forward as you come into a lunge facing forward. From here, ground your left heel down. We're gonna rise up, open up to warrior two, circling your arms up, opening them out towards the sides. Inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior. And then from here, straight into your half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, right fingertips down, left leg lifts up and open up through the chest. From here, try to take this version where you wrap your left arm behind your back. You can take the fingers to the top of your right hip crease. Lengthen forward through the heart. Get light on your right fingertips if you can. Steady full breath, strong core. Take one more inhale, extending through the body. Reverse warrior, keeping the half bind. Big step back with the left foot. Reach your right arm all the way up and back. And then gently circle your hands all the way down to the earth. Plant your palms, step it back to plank. Lower slow, chaturanga. Toes point back, inhale, rising to your back bend. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Knee to chest and step your foot all the way through between your palms. Lower your right knee down. Now keep your right palm grounded. Sweep your left arm, open it up towards the sky. So nice opening through the chest. Half bind or reach for the top of your right foot. And steady breaths as you open up here. Keep the length through the spine, through the crown of the head. If you have the foot in the hand, gently let it go. Take your left hand back down on the inside of the foot. Lift your back knee up. You're going to walk your hands, pivot your feet all the way over towards the right. Legs straight, feet parallel, fold in, hinge at the hips. You can take the same version. Maybe you lace up your fingers behind your back. Maybe you come into an inversion once again. Just your version of this hamstring opening stretch. If you're in your inversion, be really safe with your head and neck. Keep your shoulders lifted away from your ears. And everyone start to ground the feet back down. Rise back up through the chest, coming up onto your fingertips, heels in, toes out, skandasana towards the back, bending into your right knee. Inhale, coming through center, bend into your left knee. Inhale, coming up through center, bend into your right knee. Come up through center and you're going to walk your hands all the way forward back into your lunge. Spin your right heel down. Anchor the outer edge of your back foot. Rise up to your warrior two. Take a moment, catch your balance, and flip your left palm open. Inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior. And then into your half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, left fingertips down. Right leg lifts, opening up through the chest. And once again on this side, can you wrap your right arm behind your back, finding the half bind version. Keep your right foot flexed, toes pointing towards the side wall. Steady breaths in and out. Maybe you can afford to get a little lighter on your left fingertips. Take one more inhale breath. Keep your half bind, big step back, reverse warrior, nice long stretch. And circle your hands all the way down to your mat. Step it back to plank position. Lower slow chaturanga. Toes point back, rise to your back bend. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. And take a full breath in. And through the mouth, let it go. Inhale your right leg up and back. Step it through between your palms and spin your back heel down onto your mat. From here, take your right hand on the inside of your right foot. You might use a block or a prop underneath the palm. Take your left arm, open it up towards the sky. Shoulders stacked open, back leg is pressing straight, really grounding the outer edge and the outer heel of your left foot down, keeping a deep bend into your right knee. From here, we're going to go for a half bind or maybe a full bind. So wrap your left arm behind your back. If you can keep your chest open, you might be able to take your right arm underneath the thigh and link the fingertips up. Keep your chest open. Keep extending your heart forward and steady breaths. Full breaths in and out. You can stay here. You can always open your arms back up. If you have bird of paradise in your practice, take your gaze down. You're going to step your left foot all the way forward to the top. Come up to the ball of your right foot. Lift your chest forward. Start to stand, keeping this hook of the arms around the back of your right thigh. And maybe start to straighten your right leg out. And steady breaths, opening up. And if you went into this bird of paradise, slowly coming out the way that you came, and we'll all meet back into our side angle. Big step back with the left foot. Open the arms up. And once again, like someone's pulling you up through the left fingertips, reverse warrior all the way up and back. Circle your hands down to your mat, step it back to plank. Lower slow chaturanga. Press the earth away as you lift to your back bend. And exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. And step it all the way through between your palms. Spin your right heel down to the mat. And take your left hand on the inside of your left foot, grounding it to the ground or on top of a block. Sweep your right arm up to the sky, side angle pose, shoulders stacked open. Chest revolved open. Wrap your right arm behind your back, half bind, maybe a full bind, but just make sure your chest is staying open towards the side. So if you feel like your chest is starting to turn down towards the ground, you can release the bind, you can come up onto your forearm or use a prop. And steady breaths wherever you are. If you did it on the other side, or if you want to try it on this side, for half moon, gaze down, hop your back foot in all the way to the top of your mat, so your toes are pointing forward. Come up to the ball of the left foot. Heart is extending forward. Slowly come up to stand. Chest is upright. Maybe start to extend this left leg straight. Openness through the chest. And just as steady as you came into it, slowly stepping your left foot back down. Big step back with your right foot. And we'll all meet back into our side angle stretch. And feel like someone's pulling you up through your right fingertips to stretch you all the way up and back to reverse warrior. Circle your hands all the way down to your mat and step it back to plank. Lower slow. Rise to your back bend, open through the heart. And exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Take a full breath in. Through the mouth, let it all go. Lower your knees down and walk your knees a little bit more forward. Sit down onto your heels. Take your hands back behind you. I'm getting a stretch into the quads so you can stay right here. Some of you might come down lower onto your forearms. And some of you might be able to lay all the way down onto your backs. Arms stretching forward or arms reaching back. So your choice of how you stretch. Take it to your level. Always remembering this practice is for you. You shouldn't feel any sharp or intense pain. Just going to your level where you can stay with the breath. Feel a stretching, toning of the body. And be patient. Make sure you're breathing through it. Last few breaths. And coming out of it the way that you came into it, you can puff your chest up, walk onto your forearms, bring your chest all the way upright, and then sit your hips to one side so you can take your legs all the way out in front of you. And take your left leg forward and straight. Open your right knee out towards the side. And with the bottom of the foot onto the inside of the leg. And from here, take your left hand on the inside of the left leg, and just twist your chest open towards the right side. Find a nice tall spine, you can look over your right shoulder. And coming back through center, we're going to twist the other way. So take your right hand across the outside of the leg, reach your left fingertips back, sitting up tall, you can look over your left shoulder. And keep your left foot flexed, energy through the crown of the head. Come back through center, reach both arms up towards the sky, and now fold in over your left leg, stretching the back of the leg, melting your body in. Feel softness and feel a release with every exhale. Even sometimes when you think your body's relaxed, there might be places where you can soften even more. Last couple of breaths. Feel ease and support in your body. Walk your hands back with your chest upright. Switch sides. Right leg extends forward. Open your left knee out towards the side. And start opening towards the left. Take your left fingertips behind you. Right arm on the inside of the leg. Sit up tall as you just open up across the chest. You can look over your left shoulder. Come back through center. We'll twist across the body. So take your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Reach your right fingertips back. Sit up tall. And maybe look over your right shoulder here. One more inhale, tall spine. And return back towards center. Take an inhale as you sweep both arms up. And hinge at your hips. Fold forward, let it all go. Again, inviting ease with each round of breath. Every exhale, releasing a little bit more and a little bit more. Use your hands to walk yourself all the way back up. Extend your legs forward, bend your knees up, sit right towards the middle of your mat if you're not already there. Use your hands and arms to help you roll down the spine. Knees in towards your chest, happy baby. Separating the knees, flexing at the feet, holding the outer edges of the feet. Lengthen your tailbone down, and you can gently rock side to side here. Feel that stretch. Knees in towards your chest. Come to your favorite spinal twist. Open up the arms. Take the legs to the left side first. You can do a 2-knee twist. You can cross one leg over the other. Option to turn your gaze in the opposite direction of the legs. Just allow your body to settle in. And gently bring your head and your knees up through center. Twist in the opposite way. Gently bring your head and your knees back up through center. Bring your hips in line with your spine if you move them at all. Hug your knees in towards your chest one last time. And start to relax your arms down, your feet down. Take your time. Setting up for your final rest, Shavasana. And this should be the most comfortable position for your body. You can extend your legs out straight. You can always bend the knees up to relieve pressure from your lower back, or rest in any pose that's most comfortable for your deepest rest. Invite your eyes to relax closed if that's comfortable. And take one more full breath in through the nose. And through the mouth, let it go. Invite calm rest through the body. And feel your face soften, feel your eyes relax back, jaw relaxed. Shoulders heavy, belly soft, hips heavy. Just rest all the way down through the arms into the fingers and all the way down through the legs into the toes. Receiving all the benefits of your practice today. And you're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. Let your practice feel complete. Let yourself take in that full rest. And if you're about ready to close up your practice, deepen your breath, fuller breath in and out. And then on your next inhale, reach your arms all the way back behind you, feeling a nice long stretch. And gently bend your knees up, plant your feet onto the earth, roll over onto your favorite side for a fetal position. Take a moment, grounded to the earth. Another full breath in. Sigh it out through the mouth, let it go. And gently use your hands and arms to bring yourself back up to your meditation seat, just as we started. Tall spine, grounded through the legs, relaxed through the shoulders. Bring your palms to touch in front of the heart space. Just reconnecting to your intention, Thank yourself for carving out time for self-care and self-love. And I invite you to chant with me the sound of Om. Together, taking an inhale. Om. And the sound of Om is said to encompass all the sounds of the universe, a reminder that we are all connected and we are all one. And I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.